done somewhere else, and Mrs. Machemer, and I think this is Livingstone, I presume?
Yes, Livingston, yep.
Livingston, too, who showed that to us, and there was a suggestion from Dr. Metzler that we try to do that. I mean, we knew it was late in the year, and it wasn't going to be to the extent of the video that we saw at this other school, where the kids did do some performing. They did have a lot of fanfare about it, and it's become a tradition for them. But our hope is that this becomes a tradition for us. So, that
right.
said, Mr. DeBartolomeo.
I wasn't able to hear what Mr. Woodward said, I'm sorry. It was terribly enlightening and noteworthy, as he always is. But I want to thank you for coming tonight. I want to thank you for helping out and making this a success. It's going to be an annual event, right? There was some hesitation. We're going to do it. This is the first one. So the first one, like anything else, we want to get it going. I want to really thank, though, Mrs. Machemer and her cohort that brought this whole activity to my attention. You know, in 43 years of being involved in music education, I have never seen a fine arts celebration such that we're having here. And it's a wonderful idea, and I'm only upset that I didn't think about it a few years ago, or we didn't think about it. But to celebrate those students who have, you know, been successful through high school and are going to go and major in one of the fine and performing arts is a great thing. And anytime we can celebrate those students is a time that we need to, is time well spent. So I really want to thank them for bringing to us attention. Now, we did that. We didn't have the greatest time window, so some of you only got the invitations this week, so I really appreciate you, right? Let's be honest, right? Thank you for not dragging me out. But it really was a sort of a very small time window, and we moved very quickly, and hopefully we've covered all of our bases. I think we have, between Mr. Woodworth, Mr. Constantino, and all of us. I think we've covered our bases. So we solicited those names from students from appropriate faculty. We solicited names from the art department, the drama department, the music department, and they had to then solicit kids and say, all right, what are you majoring in, where are you going, what are you doing? And that's been interesting, because when we did that with like our music kids a few weeks ago, how many weeks ago did we do that, guys? Three now, right?
Oh, yes.
Remember? Meeting on the stairs? Yeah. I can't tell you, well, I'm going to College A, and then I talked to him this week. Oh, no, I'm not going to College A, I'm going to College B. And my undeclared major 3 weeks ago is now a declared major. I'm doing ABC. I won't use any specifics, because some of the people in the room would be affected by that. So it really is great. Thanks, students, for cooperating with all of the push that we did to get this done, and we're open to suggestions for improvement in years to come. With Ms. Dowling, we're doing this in an alphabetical order. So Sarah Dowling has been a member of the music department for 4 years, and as you can see, is going to SNU. She auditioned all 4 years for Allstate. She's been in the chamber orchestra here for 3 years. She studies privately with Mrs. Healy. She's a member of Triumph Music Honor Society. She was a volunteer with the elementary string program, where we bring in high school students to assist with our young starting musicians, and that's a great experience, especially since her desire is to be a music education major and hopefully teach high school, or maybe teach high school, but things will change in 4 years, Sarah. You never know. You may fall in love with the younger kids, fall in love with the older kids, and it'll happen. So, let's hear a nice round of applause. The next student we have is Sarah Hills, and we'll do a little bit of sharing with this, Mr. Constantino.
I can talk about Sarah's performance as a Timberlane player, not only as an amazing actress, of course, in many shows with us, but one of the most formidable dancers we've ever had. And if I think back of any moment that stands out to me, It was when we did West Side Story in one of our most intense dance scenes called Cool, where our gang members are trying to keep themselves together after some intense moments in West Side. The whole show is an intense moment, obviously, but we had a bunch of dancers on stage, but my eye was always drawn to Sarah because of her focus, her professionalism, and of course, she told me later on in my Shakespeare class she had to do a final project where she had to do a dance based upon a Shakespeare sonnet, and I just really marveled at how much work and preparation went into the choreography of that, and she told me later that she improvised it that day. And of course, being someone who brought improvisational theater here to Timberlane, I had to give her due credit for doing an amazing dance with that improvisational spirit. But it's that singular focus that Sarah brings, not just to dance, not just to theater, but being a drum major, right? Being out there on the field and organizing all of those ADD drum kids and getting them in line, and of course showing all of Timberlane the eyes with pride that is so evident, not just with marching band, but with everything that happens from the pack. I think Sarah's fingerprint is on almost everything that happens in this pack, and we are going to be hard pressed to try to find someone who can replace Sarah's ability in so many different disciplines, whether playing an instrument, whether leading the troops on the football field, whether dancing, whether acting, whether singing. What can Sarah do? We're not sure yet, and I think we'll probably be asking that question for many years to come. Anything else you want to add?
Let me see.
Sarah's favorite color is green. Just asking. Okay, now it is.
And I had the students, and we had the students do up a little sort of a fine arts resume, you know, so not all of us have the gift of doing what he just did, and so I'm a little more concrete. She was a member of the band for 4 years. She was a member of jazz band and orchestra for 3 years. All-state band musician during junior and senior year. Drum major for the marching band junior and senior year. Member of the Timberlane Players for the past 3 years with various leads in plays and musicals. Member of the Timberlane Community Band during junior and senior year. Member of the Tri-M, which is the Tri-M Music Honor Society, for the past 3 years. And she was a member of the grad band, the graduation ensemble during her freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And since she's graduating, you can't be in it this year. She plans on attending, as it very plainly says, the University of New Hampshire. She's going to major in business administration with a minor in music. Let's have a nice hand for Sarah. All right. Our next student, this handsome young lad. Mr. Machemer is attending the University of North Texas, and his official major, Zakk, is going to be what? What's the official name of that? Jazz Studies?
I'm pretty sure jazz studies, yeah.
Pretty sure jazz studies.
Jazz studies like saxophone, something saxophone.
But I'm glad you have that nailed down. That's is that on the? Never mind. Okay, but anyway, so he's going to the University of North Texas, which is an outstanding school in Denton, Texas, and some of his experiences at this is an interesting aspect. He was also accepted to a few other schools: University of New Hampshire, Berkeley College of Music, Western Michigan State University, Western Michigan University, University of North Texas, which is where he finally is going to land, Hart School of Music, William Patterson in New Jersey, which is, they're all outstanding, and of course some minor music school in Rochester, New York, called the Eastman School of Music. Tongue firmly in cheek. Will be attending North Texas. He's had private teachers here of Mr. Manella and Allison Edge on clarinet. Some of his past musical experiences: New England Conservatory Youth Jazz Orchestra. That was just this 1 year, Zakk?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And I played alto, clarinet, flute, and piccolo, which is awesome. Played in the pit for West Side Story. Attended the Eastman Summer School Jazz Studies in large and small ensembles where he played alto. Played in the pit again for Into the Woods. NHMEA, New Hampshire Music Education Association All-State Jazz Ensemble for 1 year, but you were in Jazz All-State for more than 1 year.
Oh, no, I think it lists them separately.
Oh, list them separately, I'm sorry,
Separately.
okay. I should keep reading, I'm doing that wrong. All-State Concert Band, Bass Clarinet, and Contrabass Clarinet, All-State Jazz. President in the Symphonic Band, playing first and B-flat clarinet. James and the Giant Peach, the musical, acting out theater. Oh, that's awesome. Timberlane Symphony Orchestra. He has some individual outstanding awards. He was the highest scoring alto sax this year, also accepted on bass clarinet in the All-State Ensemble. In 2018, he was the highest scoring bari sax, which is, of course, the instrument of choice of any, never mind. NHMA Jazz All-State, and also accepted on alto and tenor. So he made it on several instruments simultaneously, which is quite an accomplishment. Qualifying score in contrabass clarinet for NHMEA All-State. Contrabass is an interesting instrument. Highest audition score in alto sax again in 2017, and outstanding soloist big band for the Clark Terry Jazz Festival. The high school group with combo and the large ensemble attends the Clark Terry Jazz Festival every year up at the University of New Hampshire. They award certain high school students outstanding, and that was that. So as you can tell, he's got a very impressive resume. He's done an outstanding job here in just about anything we've asked him to do, and many things that I didn't even know he was doing. So
I just have to add that I don't usually have Mr. Maillette, who's taught so many kids over the years, come down to rave about a student the way he has about you and the things that you've been able to do. And then when I'm in the halls, I've heard kids talk about, great musicians themselves, talk about how you floored them with what you've done. So you're having quite an impact. I hope that continues for you in Texas. Congratulations.
Maddy. All right, so she entered Timberlane late. She was a junior year. She entered into Timberlane High School. She took painting and illustration and comic book art in our art department. Junior year, she drew the fox hanging outside the environmental science and AP classroom. Senior year, she took the AP art and donated a painting to the Project Hope's fashion show. Got a short story published in the Library of Congress. Was accepted into Mass Art, Moore College of Art and Design, Savannah College of Art and Design, and she will be attending, as it says, the Moore College of Art and Design in Philadelphia. Maddy has, along with Alexis, has some artwork displayed, and Maddy, why don't you point out which ones are yours, if you would. Where at now?
Mine is the tiger, the rhino, and the seagull.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a nice hand for Maddy.
It takes a very compassionate person to be an actress who takes on such challenging roles. And of course, you don't have to cast your memory back that far to last night to watch Ellie do what she did. But what really stands out for me is what we did earlier this year when Ellie was in the Laramie Project. And that comes out from her ability to empathize. Last year we had students planning an event that happened right after the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooting in Florida, and seniors were getting involved with planning something to reach out to and to make a statement about what was happening with school violence. Well, only seniors are asked, and Maddy, I was talking to my class about it, Maddy, I'm sorry, and Ellie said, well, why can't juniors be involved? I'm like, well, go talk to Mr. Strange. She's like, boom, boom, right up there, and then she got involved. And that is Ellie. Right? Ellie knows that art can change the world. And she knows that because art stems from something deep inside of her. And so she has made that connection already with understanding why we make art, whether it's fine art, whether it's performing art, what's the reason why we do what we do, and that is to change the world. And Ellie will always do that with her art. And I know going to college, she will hone her skills in vocal performance, but she doesn't have to hone her skills in being a human being. She's already figured that out. And I can't wait to see how she's going to change the world from the foundation on up through her art. It's just what she's going to do. It's because it's what she is, not what she will do. There you go.
I would read her resume, not really. So, oh, I met your private teacher last night, by the way.
Oh, nice.
She was
Yeah.
unbelievable. Okay. So, some of her high school experience, she's been in the Select Choral Ensemble from 2016 to present. She's been in the Concert Choir from 2016 to present. Timberlane Band since 15, so you joined chorus in your sophomore year.
Yeah.
You're awesome. And Timberlane Marching Band 2015 to present, quartermaster, which is an unbelievable job, which is no fun, and somehow she made it fun and did it really well. And then the Symphonic Orchestra 2016 to present on flute. Some of her honors musically related: New Hampshire All-State Mixed Choir from 2017, 2018, and 2019, second top scoring soprano in the state in 2018, and the top scoring soprano in the state in 2019, which is awesome. Yeah, all these kids, just awesome. New Hampshire Chamber All-State Female Vocal Ensemble 2017, 2018, and 2019. The Chamber Ensemble, the Chamber Festival folks are chosen from the top scoring kids in the state, so we have 150 of those students involved in that festival, and Ellie was there for 3 years. New Hampshire All-State Band 2018, second top scoring piccolo. Triumph Music Honor Society, she was inducted in 2016, secretary in 2018. Drama Honor Society, inducted in 2017. And, all right, Ellie, what is this? ATAMNE.
It was just some festival that I did one time.
It was, so she was involved with some festival. And it was the New England, oh, was it New England Music Festival?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All New England Music Festival.
Yeah.
Wow, wonderful. 2015, 16, 17, 18. Super, that's great. That's a great festival, by the way. First place, vocal championship category. Super. Teaching experience, all right. Musical theater director, Sandlot Summer Music Camp 2017 and 18. Will work again in 2019. Yeah, awesome. Flute teacher, elementary level band camp, again helping out with the younger students just starting down this musical road. And private lesson instructor for middle school aged students. Timberlane players, Mr. C has talked about that, but basically the list goes on. South Pacific, Laramie, Into the Woods, Arsenic and Old Lace, Macbeth, West Side Story, Rumors, Sound of Music. And she marched at Disney.
Oh, yeah. I just put that on for colleges. It was cool.
It never hurts.
Yeah.
How about a nice hand for Ellie McCormick?
Okay, theatrical performances and accomplishments for Justin Nimmo, oh my. Our Town, Joe Crowell, You Can't Take It With You, Donald, Inherit the Wind, Howard, Sound of Music, Friedrich von Trapp, Rumors, Lenny Gantz, West Side Story, Bernardo, Macbeth, Arsenic and Old Lace, Opso O'Hara, Into the Woods, Narrator, Mysterious Man, Laramie Project, 6 Different People, Our Town, George Gibbs, Almost Maine, East Chad, South Pacific, Emile Debec, 5 one-act play nights, 8 24-hour play nights, 1 year in the Milkman Improv Group, Drama Honor Society member for 2 years, Timberlane player, leader. That's a career for most people, not just 4 years. Music performance and accomplishments, 7 years in the Timberlane music program, 3 years participating in Chamber Singers, New Hampshire All-State 2 times, New Hampshire Jazz All-State 2 times, New Hampshire Chamber All-State 1 time, Triumph Music Honor Society member for 2 years, various community outreach concerts. One thing I have to say about Justin, who's very much like me though, we have a lot of great plans, and sometimes they don't come to fruition. Justin and I planned a creative writing night, and we were all set to go, and then he came up to me one day and said, "See, when's that creative writing night?" I'm like, "I don't know, I think it might be next Thursday." So we checked with Miss Masterakis, and she's like, "That was last night." So we both thought we'd have another creative writing night at some point in time, because we both spaced it out. But apart from that one tragic flaw that's within both of us, this is a young man that I have leaned upon as a foundational piece of what the students should be doing. He gets the brunt of my ire sometimes to spread the word to the rest of the Timberlane players. He believes wholeheartedly in what he does, and he is a rock. There are some kids I always wonder who can replace, whose shoes can they fill. Some of those Timberlane players are sitting right here, 3 of them in the front row. And if I could pick a superstar group of Timberlane players to direct for the rest of my life, well, 3 of them are sitting in that front row, and Justin would be vying for leads in every one of those shows. So Justin, show Shnu what you can do as a theater minor there, an English major, right, in English and education?
Yep.
Oh boy. All I can say is get that diploma, come back soon, because I'm sure we'll make a place for you here as we keep stocking, filling the English department with former Timberlane players.
I was listening to the list of plays for Justin, and I'm sure Ellie and Sarah and everything. I think if we asked them right now to stand up and say, from Macbeth, give me the favorite line that you had, and then give us a synopsis of what it was about, they would go into such depth. We'll stop. Okay. All right, we'll stop. All right, because I have to. All right, so next. All right, Alexis, Sinotte. Did I pronounce that correctly, Alexis?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Alexis is currently finishing her AP art class in Pottery 2. In the past, she has taken Foundations of Art, Drawing, in Intermediate Art, 2D, Painting, and Pottery. Alexis is an Art Honor Society student. She has donated and participated in many art pieces for the schools, such as the large painting of the donkey in the library, and donated one of her pieces to be auctioned off for the Project Hope experience. Also, she is helping create and or finish many projects to help decorate the halls of Timberlane in her Art Society, Honor Society role as a member of that group. Next year, Alexis will be attending the University of Massachusetts Lowell. Good, we got that right. Majoring, this is I found this to be one of the more interesting majors. Only because, yeah. Majoring in criminal justice, okay? But minoring in forensic science and minoring in the fine arts with hope of becoming a sketch artist for a crime and forensic unit. Whoa. Isn't that different? Let's hear a nice hand for Alexis. She also has some artwork that she'd like to point out.
Mine is the elephant eye, the painting of the dog, the gecko, and the Spider-Man.
All right. Our next student, Tara Stoddard. Tara played in the Boston Youth Symphony for the year, which is an honor group that's based at the New England Conservatory. What's Tara? Well, there you are. New England Conservatory for that one, right?
It
No?
was BU.
BU, that's the BU one. Okay, good. That's a great group. She made All-State 3 years. Once on tuba, sophomore year, and twice on trombone, junior and senior year. And that's a huge accomplishment when they start making All-State in several different instruments. And again, not easily done. Played in a quintet with friends. She was in Jazz All-State on trombone for 2 years. And she was a member of the Chamber All-State for 2 years, and in that you were a member of which ensemble?
The brass choir.
Brass choir, okay? Tara is one of those kids that she just got done, you know, playing in the pit. Yeah, she's in the jazz ensemble, she's in the brass choir, she's doing anything and everything we asked her to do. She's been just a joy, and she's attending Ithaca College, and officially the major will be music education or music performance?
It's actually going to be journalism.
It's journalism.
The major.
And the minor?
And the minor is going to be music performance.
Sorry, I didn't keep it straight. Minor in
Well, it
music.
may change.
Yeah, it may change music, so probably will.
It's 6:30, I'll ask her again at 7. How about a nice hand for Tara? And with that, it kind of brings us to a close on this. I again want to thank everyone. I would like to thank Mr. Finch for his expert help in the PowerPoint. We'll be having a talk about how to properly operate, you know. But it was great. Mr. Woodworth, you want to give some final comments? Because you do it so much more eloquently than I do.
It's not true. But it's almost the same thing I said before. We're so proud of you. Obviously, looking at the credits that were spoken about, your years here, you filled your life with energy, enthusiasm, and talent that has made us a better school. We really appreciate it. So congratulations and thank you.